what's going on, y'all? It's your girl V, and welcome to Love Unlocked Talk. This is episode, I believe, 11, but I kind of don't want to call it episode 11 because this is not our typical episode. We're going to actually take a turn and discuss Blackout Tuesday. And right now I'm joined with my co-host, April Love.
Hey, everyone.
How's it going?
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But we have to get into it. So, like I said, we're not going to be discussing any dating or love relationship matters this week. We're going to talk about what's going on in the world today, and currently Blackout Tuesday, because that's what Blackout Tuesday is about. I think a lot of people are confused as to what this day is actually about. There was a lot of confusion on Instagram. I don't know if you noticed, April Love, but if you Google Blackout Tuesday, it basically says it's the initiative to go silent on social media, to reflect on recent events and stand in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement. That's not what Blackout Tuesday is. What is your understanding of Blackout Tuesday, April Love?
So I'm not even gonna front or cap about it. I was a little confused about it myself because I didn't know who established it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any on Tuesday we're going to do X, Y, and Z. I don't know who initiated it or how it caught on so fast and everybody started posting, and then there was this bit of confusion because people were like, well, no, don't do the hashtag Black Lives Matter to it. So I'm still unclear of who, how it got initiated. Yeah,
where it came
and how
from,
it
right?
how it just spread like that. How everyone just seemed to like it was like I almost felt like I was out of the room or something, out of a room meeting.
Yeah, because we were out of the room, and that's the part that really frustrates me about movements that happen via social media. We don't know where these movements stem from. We don't know where they come from. And I'm just speaking on what I experienced today, waking up to this Blackout Tuesday movement. I was like, oh, all my friends are Black. Like all of the posts are Black. I'm not seeing anything but Black screen. And I'm reading the post, I'm following the tag, and I'm seeing it's saying Blackout Tuesday. Stand in solidarity, blah, blah, blah. Don't post for, 24 hours to support the movement. So I did post the Black square. And then I further did my research, and I'm starting to see there's another side. And there's people that are saying, don't black out your phones. Don't black out social media. We need to stay connected. We need to stay informed. That to me made more sense. So then I did further research, and I'm like, okay, what is it that's going down that they're trying to silence us from specifically today? Oh, it's the election. I have a problem with, I've never been one to follow trends. I'm not a trend. I don't do what the masses do. I never have. And I'm not about to start. They got me because I did post it. But once I did my research, I had to make a longer, more educated post to my friends to let them know what I feel they need to do as far as this Blackout Tuesday. And it's coming clear to me that I am correct, that we weren't supposed to go silent today. We were supposed to reflect on everything that's going on around the world regarding the George Floyd situation and promote Black businesses and Black art and anything Black is basically what it is supposed to be about.
You got right into it. I didn't even know we were. You got. Yeah,
I'm not playing no games like all day long.
I
I've
see.
been
I
ready.
see. Well, it is interesting because I actually got a text, and it was a recording from Hillary Clinton's court trial that happened today in regards to those leaked emails that seem to have a lot of stuff in them. And it was happening today. And so I was kind of like, yeah, this is kind of all interesting that something, and I mean, it's I am like you, and this is why we probably click, is that it's very hard for me to just jump on something. So I didn't even post a black square. I too was like you, like, whoa, why are we seeing all, like, I thought something was wrong with my phone, honestly, initially, because I was like, yo, what is this? And that type of stuff sometimes almost scares me, that we could just like, no one would know, like we just automatically boom, this is happening, and then we all kind of have to jump on board. But I just want to take us back a little bit to kind of, get to how we got here, I guess. Last Monday on May 25th, George Perry Floyd was killed during an arrest. That later, a video of the incident went viral, showcasing just the brutality and injustice that the Black community faces on a day-to-day. And in that video, we saw George handcuffed and lying face down with a white officer, knee on his neck. And I mean, I'm not even going to lie. I was like, dang, we've been through this so many times that I didn't even want to watch the video, because it's so sad, and it's almost like a numbing effect to see multiple videos of I'm not even going to just say Black people, but just in general, just to see somebody, because at the end of the day, this is a person, lose their life when they didn't have to. It wasn't, there was no real threat going on. They were just killed because they could be killed. So I didn't even want to watch the video. It took me a few days to even watch it. And in watching it, everyone saw George's last few minutes, of his life. We saw George telling the officer that he couldn't breathe. We saw the officer, Derek, do you know his last name?
I don't know how to. I don't even want to say his name.
Right. We saw him keep his knee on his neck even over 2 minutes after George was no longer responsive. And I mean, that shit is heartbreaking. And when I see something like that, I feel sad, not for just every Black person or every Black man, but his family, his friends that know him, that are seeing it like everyone else is seeing it. And obviously that sparked a lot. I mean,
this is a nationwide.
It's international
issue. It's international. I mean, the protests are international, and if something isn't done, then something has to be done. There is no other alternative. I don't even want to put if there's no. Something has to be done. This can't continue. We have children that are coming up in this world where now we have to be afraid. I mean, we've always had to be afraid. but even more so because it's being televised and yet still nothing is being done. They've only charged one officer, even though he's the one who did it. 3 other officers stood by and allowed it to happen. And if I am correct, they're saying that two of the other officers were kneeing on his body.
Mm-hmm.
So not only did he have an officer with his knee on his neck, he had officers kneeling on his body as well. And an officer standing by allowing it to happen. So without justice, without an arrest and a conviction, I don't see this stopping anytime soon. So they have to put something in law that doesn't allow police officers to get feeling an innocent Black Asian walk free, like they've been doing, like they did with Freddie Gray. It has to a head at this point. There is no turning back because we're tired, and a lot of white people are starting to see things that they have not seen before. Yes, it takes them longer, but they get, some of them get there eventually, and they see that there is injustice. So it's only a matter of time. I'm very interested to see what the change is going to be, what the law is, going to be moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because it's almost like complete chaos out there right now. And it seems like on one hand, you'll sit here and we can look at the situation, and our takeaway could be people are really tired. People are hurt. People are scared. People are concerned for their future kids. And, enough is enough. But then you have videos of people showing up to protest with bricks stacked up for them already there.
Mm-hmm.
You have videos of police officers with bricks in their trucks, and police officers smashing windows, trying to tear up their own cars. So then it kind of becomes this thing, well, hold up. Why are they doing these things? Why are they provoking, this kind of aggressive protest or rioting or even looting? Why are they doing that?
Well, we know why. Maybe not everybody knows why, but we know why.
But I'm saying that in terms of what can we really expect with the law to change, in changing these laws so this doesn't happen, if you have the people that are committing these crimes against us egging this stuff on. You know what I'm saying?
I don't really know. You're right. You're absolutely right. I don't know how much we are going to accomplish with these protests, outcry, internationally. I don't know. I do know that it's going to be really hard to come back from this as Black anything, because they have people being paid to go out and fuck up cities, and it appears that it's us. So that is going to be an uphill battle in itself. The larger issue is the police brutality, police killings of Black men. I saw that the city, or what is it, the city of Minneapolis suing the police department? I don't know if you saw that.
I saw something like that.
So I think that things are happening. We don't know exactly how far it's going to get, or if there's going to be any type of result. So that's kind of where we're at with the whole movement. I mean, you can look on any social media site. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. It doesn't not dying down. This has been like almost a full week of
and it's
just
still
pure.
strong.
It's still going on, and it's going on. It's growing in different places that you never would have thought, and it's beautiful to see so many people united for once. But it's hard to be positive, and I'm really trying to be positive in this situation. Like we gotta, something has to happen. This is it. But is it it? Because it seems like once every so many years we're back here again. It's just like history repeating itself.
But it gets worse. Like it progresses more and more, because I'm thinking, obviously this has been going on since before I was even thought of,
right?
But one of the newer cases, I guess, that really sparked this kind of movement was Trayvon Martin. Yeah. He got a lot of media attention. You had a lot of protesting, and it was peaceful protesting, and it was like, wow, like, look, we're finally, we're not having it, so we're protesting. And then it's still happening, but now I think it was with Mike Brown. Was it with Mike Brown?
Yeah.
You had rioting, like people were looting and standing their ground, getting bucked with the police. And then I think Freddie Gray, we setting stuff on fire now. We setting stuff on fire. We running around. It's going crazy. And there have been several Black people that have lost their lives, and we've been upset about, but I don't think we've really went the extra mile. And so now with this one, it's like if something happens again, what are we doing at this point? Are we, because it's only getting worse.
It's really hard to fight this battle alone, though. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, if we don't, as a human race, unite and operate as a team, and everybody just combat against what they are doing, it's not going to change anytime soon, because everybody is not on our side. You see how many people are so silent. I'm shocked at the people who aren't speaking in my personal space. And I'm just like, wow, so you have nothing to say? There's no outrage of, you're still posting your everyday life, and you're just going and this and that and the third, and you don't have one political standpoint on what's going on. You don't have one just being a humanity, having any type of emotion towards what's going on. And that's where a lot of people don't understand, is that we can't do it alone. It can't be just us. They don't respect us as it is. They don't hear us. They don't value us. So why would anything change for us alone? It's not something that, unfortunately, it's not something that we can do. I used to have a lot of white friends. I don't anymore. Relocating to the DMV changed that. But it's hard. It's hard. It's stressful. It's just a lot of things. It's very overwhelming.
It most definitely is. But I think that in the end, though, it is good to see that so many people are upset too. You know what I'm saying? I saw protests in China. They got one in Amsterdam, Germany, France. You're seeing a lot of just white people out protesting here. And so it's good to see that it's now more people are starting to be like, yo, what is this? But I think there are people that are not saying anything because they don't know. Like I saw a video of a white guy in Chicago who said he was like walking his dog, And he was making a point to say, you know, hey, I only saw white people. It's only white people that are out there like fucking up everything and tearing down and, you know, destroying stuff. And he was like, white people, I don't know why we are so upset. But
Wow.
I think that is kind of what people are probably in the space that they're in. The way it sounded, like when he said it, it was like, what do you mean you don't know why y'all are so upset? But on the flip side, he's like, you know, look, it's not black people doing all of this, it's us. But I think people don't know like where to stand or how far they should go for your neighbor, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your neighbor got in a situation. How far do you go out to support your neighbor? You know, do you go, they in a shootout, are you going, grabbing your gun and going to shoot with your neighbor? Are you?
I don't think that they even need to go that far, though. It's not even about going out and, you know, not, I know you're speaking, you know, figuratively, but posting, I mean, speaking up, period, is what they need to do. That's as far as they need to go. Speak up, call your local officials, you know, make your voice heard and let it be known that what's happening in your community is not okay. They listen to them.
They do.
And they, you know, they have privilege that we unfortunately don't have. I had a white friend of mine comment on one of my posts today because, you know, I had to let everybody know that, you know, stop following the masses and just really think about why you're doing something. Where did this Blackout Tuesday come from? You know, and just use your brain and try support whatever cause you want to support. But at the end of the day, don't ever be silent. Always speak up. Always, you know, post whatever you've been posting as far as it being related to this issue. Keep doing that. Don't stop. And she was confused. She was very confused. She's just like, you know, I want to let people know that I love them and I stand with you guys. But, you know, I feel like sometimes I'm doing things just because it's cool or it's the cool thing to do.
Right.
Or if I don't do it, they're going to look at me as if I don't support them. She was like, but then I see posts like this and it makes me think twice. Like, is this really helping them? And it, you know, it's confusing. Because as a black person, you can be like, oh, if I don't post this, people are going to be coming at my neck like, oh, I'm not black or I'm not supporting the black movement. It can be. And I can understand how she felt. I had to laugh because I was like, I was confused too. You're not the only one, you know, so it can get messy. And then the same thing as far as the other hashtag, people are posting the black screen and putting hashtag Black Lives Matter when people are now saying don't put Black Lives Matter with the Blackout Tuesday because now that is messing up the Black Lives Matter post. So basically it's pushing down all of the posts that were positive and related to Black Lives Matter. Anything that had to do with what hotlines or phone numbers or government officials' phone numbers or anything that had to do with Black Lives Matter, you can no longer see because there's nothing but black. I mean, scrolling, you can't see shit.
And that is why it's kind of like, you know, are people really questioning that? Like that's my thing, is like
people do still question that very much still. I mean, in the comments heavy, like on celebrities pages who are trying to explain to them what it's doing and why not to do it, people are arguing with them. Like, oh no, you're supposed to, why are you posting today? You're supposed to be silent. And it's wild. I just watched it. I'm like, what the fuck?
I saw that too. I saw that like on
Baller Alert.
Yeah, blog sites. They're like,
yes.
I saw people questioning like the blog sites and them saying basically like, yo, we are media, you know, and we're black media. And with that being said, you don't want to have just the white media or other media talking about our shit. You know, you want us to be there to give you all what's really going on. So I just think that it was crazy to me to see how so many people hopped on this. And like I said, I didn't even see the blog sites post anything
Not at
about
all.
it.
Nothing.
Like they did
The
not
shit
say,
came out of nowhere, yo. It came out of nowhere. And I thought I was tripping, but it wasn't anywhere. Unless we just don't follow the right fucking people.
obviously we don't, because when it did come out, the fact that so many people were like, no, this is what we're supposed to be doing with this, I was kind of like, how do you know? And
right.
but they didn't know, because so many people were doing the hashtag Black Lives Matter under their post, and so it was taken away. And I mean, I think it's cool in one side where you could say, wow, we could really get together really quick on something, no questions asked. But then on the flip side, it's kind of scary, because like I said, nobody, like, I don't people just started doing it, like, just like, okay, this is what we're doing. And I'm not even gonna lie, while I didn't post it, I did screenshot a black
you was almost there. You ain't hit the post, but you was locked and loaded. Yeah. I get it though, because I was like hesitant. I got on, and the first one I saw was my niece. And I was just like, oh, okay. And then I saw my sister, who never posts anything ever. You know what I mean? And her and I are we're always on the same page as far as like our, understanding of what's really going on in this world. So I was like, oh, okay, she must have, heard something I didn't. And then I just kept seeing it. And I'm okay, well, let me just go on ahead and screenshot one of these black screens and post it. And then, I saw Trevor Jackson, who is somebody that I follow. And he, had posts like, don't do that. Like, why are y'all doing this? Like, y'all don't understand what you're doing. And, I started going further, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? This just don't seem right. Let me delete this, and let me try to make a better understanding of what is really going on for some people, just to make people think, not necessarily stop them from posting it, because there's nothing wrong with posting it. You can post it.
Right.
But to not speak for the rest of the day is insane. Like, why would you do that? That makes no sense.
Right.
And, where it was going and how it was messing up the algorithm of the Black Lives Matter page, the hashtag page. It was just, it seemed deliberate to me. It seemed planted. Like, oh, okay, this is what we're going to put out there. And they're going to blindly follow, because that's what they do. All we need is the right person to say it, and then they just follow, and it catches like wildfire. And they're right. It's a fact. And I normally don't follow shit, and I'm very disappointed in myself. But it was a quick, a real quick revelation for myself. Yeah. I definitely had to catch myself. I slipped up. But, I'm human. It happens. But always do your research, people. Like, don't just do things just because you see it on social media and all of the celebrities are doing it. And, dig a little deeper and try to have find a better understanding of what's really going on. There's a lot of stuff going on that a lot of people don't see, that we just don't have time to discuss. But I want to piggyback off of what you said earlier about Hillary Clinton's hearing. Also, a lot of people don't realize that the District of Justice and the Senate hearings for Barack Obama is happening on Monday. Like, I know a lot of people don't like to hear that there are cases against these political figures, but there are. They're very real, and they are being held responsible for what they've done. Do your research. That's all I'm going to say. There's a lot of on in this world.
Yikes. Yeah, the email that I got was the text I got was a link to Hillary's thing, and it was like, basically, yeah, this is probably why we had this blackout Tuesday, and one of the reasons why and they're playing checkers or chess.
They're
Chess, yeah,
playing
they're
chess,
playing
ma'am.
chess,
They
right?
are playing chess.
And we, everybody else, we playing checkers, but we don't even know. We don't even know what we're doing. We're kind of just going with it. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with Black Lives, with the Black Lives Matter movement. I don't think there's anything wrong with the Blackout Tuesday, but you have to know, you want it to be organic and genuine. You don't want to be sitting here doing things because somebody said, oh, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do this,
and don't ask no questions. Just, oh, okay.
Right. Like that's my thing, and that's why I didn't post it. I did screenshot it, and I screenshot it to send it to like a friend of mine who also thinks the same way that I think. But I knew that he was going to post that because everybody was posting it, and it's like, but why? That's all. Where everybody is woke now. Everybody's woke enough to ask questions, but not enough to find the answers. And I see a lot of people question things, and you're like, okay, but then when they do stuff, it's like it contradicts what you I thought you were woke. You know what I'm saying? I thought you said there was all these hidden agendas, or I thought but then you're doing this, but this is what everybody's doing. Are you really woke?
Yeah.
And now I'm saying there's woke, and then there's wide awake. You know what I'm saying? There's
yes, that's preach.
there's woke, and then there's wide awake, and I feel like, yeah, it being woke, yeah, let's Blackout Tuesday, let's post it. Wide awake is, why are we? Who did this? Why? No, hold up. Yes. What are we doing?
And a lot of people don't, I don't typically speak out like publicly about my way of thinking and my wokeness. I don't, people see me and they see my social media and they're like, oh, lashes and hair and just very surfacey stuff. I do that for a reason. Not everybody is awake, and I just don't have the patience nor the time to sit and try and wake people up. Like, I know that is the purpose, but people only wake up when they're ready to wake up. Not everybody is ready to wake up. Not everybody is even aware that they're not awake. Like, so I don't want to take on that responsibility, but I do have these conversations amongst friends and family who I feel I can have these conversations with and be a productive conversation. Not me explaining to you why this happened and this happened because this happened and connect dots for you. I don't want to. I'm tired. Like, I don't feel like doing that. I just really want people to at least try to start questioning some of the things that are going on in this day and age and why it's happening and where it leads, because I hate to send people down rabbit holes, but you gotta go down there, because that's the only way that you're really gonna see what's going on. I don't on social media, I don't follow celebrities. Like, I do, but I don't. Like, I have my few that I follow that are woke, and I enjoy their content. I don't follow people from Love and Hip Hop. I don't follow people who don't have anything educated to say, because it's pointless, it's mindless. And I have so much knowledge that I want to be fed. I want to keep being fed with more knowledge and more purpose. I don't want to be in a space where I'm just looking at somebody and because everybody else is following them, so I need to follow them. It's not me. I really want people to wake up, but I don't want to be the one to wake them up. Like, if that makes any sense. Real. It's a lot of work.
That's real.
It's a lot of work.
I actually agree with what you were saying, though, in terms of, you want everybody to wake up, but I honestly, I don't think that I would be a person to wake people up, because when I say things, I like to just say it for what it is. I don't like to add all the sweetener in my tea. I want it to just be hot, and this is what this is. And so it becomes difficult when you're trying to communicate with people, because outside of that, I am for everybody having their own opinions and their own takes on certain situations. But what is kind of disheartening is that people are so close-minded, and I think a part of waking up is your eyes can't be closed to a lot of stuff. And that is the problem with waking people up, is that people are closed-minded. And so once they get a hold of something, that's it. Their eyes are shut to that. That's it. And to me, even with people saying woke, everybody's saying they're woke, but you can't really be woke if your eyes are closed to everything else. It just doesn't make sense. Either you sleep, you having a good dream, what you dreaming on, you having a good dream over there, great, but you're not. Maybe in your dream you are awake, but you're not, because you don't want to open your mind that other stuff could be going on, and even it could be going on and you may not even agree with it, or you may have not even liked the person who was the messenger that was bringing it to you, but the message is still real. So I think that's something that people really should think about in terms of this. Oh, I'm woke. Are you really woke? If you got a cap on how far your thoughts are gonna go on something, or you don't want to let anybody speak to say anything outside of what you believe, then nah, you ain't woke. Because even me, if somebody could come and sit here and tell me why they posted Blackout Tuesday, where it came from, and I could be like, I could be open to that conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a person that's gonna be like, yo, y'all just posted this, y'all don't even know, blah blah blah. I'm not that type of person. I'm gonna sit there and be like, okay, that's what happened. Okay, dang, I missed it. But you gotta be willing to take in some certain information that you may have naturally just been like no to. But then if you sitting there, okay, that makes sense. All right, cool. But if you ain't willing to do that, then you ain't woke. And I cannot wake you up, because I am not stay asleep.
Stay asleep. And on that note, we are going to have to wrap it up. We really thank you guys so much for listening this week on this special edition of Love Unlocked Talk. Join us next week as we discuss zodiac signs and compatibility.
And I'm V.
And we'll talk to you guys next week.